This everyday exercise is just a simple pattern that we can play and practice to become a better guitar player. We will use the key of E for these examples today, but this will work over any major or minor chord. Check this out. These patterns are just based off the notes in the chord and really looking at the full chords so over the E chord, and this will work all over the fretboard. Basically running right up the notes of the chords. 2 on the A string is a B note, 2 on the D string is an E note, and then hitting 4 to 6, which is a G sharp note, major third of the E chord. But you don't really need to know these intervals. It's good to know them, but look at the pattern that I'm creating here. And over any major chord you can do this. I'm basing it off of these 2 notes from the E chord here, if you like to finger it this way. And the same with the A chord. B. Basing it off the full bar chord. So a great way to practice this is to hit the chord and play this little pattern that includes the notes in the chords. That's a major 7th chord. You can interchange that with the E chord, just adding your 3rd finger here to the 11th fret of the E string. And I like to find these patterns all over just by locating the root note of the chord that you're trying to play over. We have the root note E here in the 9th fret of the G string, and playing that pattern. You have a B note here, E, F sharp, and sliding up to G sharp. B, sliding up. The same pattern though. So what about minor chords? Let's look at the F sharp minor. Again, I'm looking at a piece of the chord itself right here in the 4th fret. So 4 on the A string, 4 on the D string is the F sharp note, 6, and then the minor third instead of the major third. So you're sliding up to this A note. You can hear the difference. And we can go up the fretboard down the pentatonic if you want. So again, the difference is just the third. Minor third for the minor chords. That A note. And then the major third for the major chords. But that same pattern, look at the pattern and connect it around the fretboard. You have to adjust it as you come up the fretboard because of the tuning of the guitar. But for A, it's still right here. You locate the root note, and the E note is always right next to it. This will help you become a better guitar player because you're going to be connecting the chords with the notes that you play for lead lines and just actually connecting this fretboard together. So if we just do a whole octave of this pattern, and you could always bend up to that major third also, or minor third. So check out for the E chord. 2 on the A, 2 on the D string, 4 to 6 on the D string. Start on this B note, the next B note right below. On 4 of the G string, and then there's an E note on the 5th fret of the B string, 7, 9, or bend. These connect to the major pentatonic, but really look at the pattern of this. It would be an arpeggio because we're playing these one note at a time, but they're actual notes that are in the chords. See how these connect all over the fretboard? This simple pattern can change the way you visualize this fretboard, and you will become a better guitar player for it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me for this quick tip, but this is a great way to visualize this fretboard and just moving forward in your guitar journey. Let's talk soon.